Welcome to the channel and welcome to Warhammer 40k 8th edition. It's Space Marines versus Death Guard. Welcome to Volden Refinery, which has been polluted, which has been corrupted by my Death Guard warband, the end of all things. And so the Space Marine chapter, known as the Sons of Hades, have been deployed to this sector to take on the ancient enemy, to take on the forces of chaos, and repel the end of all things. The Sons of Hades are a successor chapter of the Ultramarines. Noble Astartes that know no fear. So it's an old one, but a good one. It's Chaos versus Space Marines. And we're going to be fighting in and around this battle grid here. It's hammer and anvil deployment. So we're playing the Maelstrom of War game called Cleanse and Control. That's the game where you get 3 cards a turn every turn. It's a nice easy one to fill with. And this is 2,000 points. And the Death Guard warband, the end of all things, will be up at this end of the battle grid. Hammer and anvil deployment. There's only one objective up here for me. There's 3 in the middle of the battle grid. 1, 2, 3, and 2 up this end, where the Sons of Hades will be deployed as they defend this refinery, as they defend Volden Refinery. A couple of shout outs. This battle mat is brought to you by GameMat.eu. It's called Chemzone. I thought it was very fitting. So as you can see, the refinery has already been infected with the touch of Nurgle. Grandfather's touch has been all over this refinery already, polluting its works. And these large generators that you see are from GameMat.eu as well. And then this awesome modular train, which I'm really impressed by, comes from a British company called foreground.co.uk. And this is all a modular design which you can mix and match and stick together in any fashion that you want to. And there's obviously a large building up here, another large building up here, as the end of all things comes swarming in to try and take this site. And joining me on the battle today is Liam. Say hi, Liam.
Hi, Liam.
And that's Liam, not the other Liam. So Liam's come all the way down from Worthing, and he's been playing since 3rd edition and a patron on the channel, so we welcome him. Let's go and check out these armies. Right, this is just south of 2,000 points of Death Guard. It's got a battalion in it and one with 3 fast attack units in it, so it's basically 7 command points. 2 HQs, 3 troops, 1 HQ and a bunch of fast. And leading the army today is Lord of the Destroyer Hive, Kalos Typhon, or Typhon himself. Now this guy buffs Poxwalkers, and so long as they're within a certain range of Typhus, their strength 3-4 goes up to their strength 3 and toughness 3 goes up to strength 4, toughness 4. So that's what he's good for. And he's essentially a Lord of Contagion. He does the same things as Lord of Contagion, but he's also a Psyker. So I've matched him up with a Malignant Plaguecaster and given them both Putrescent Vitality and Miasma of Pestilence. Now Putrescent Vitality increases your strength and toughness by 1 as well. So Plague Marines are toughness 5. Poxwalkers are typically toughness 3, but toughness 4 with Typhus. And if I chuck out that Putrescent Vitality on them, I'd have toughness 5 Poxwalkers as well, which is crazy good. 40 Poxwalkers. They've both got the same psychic powers. 9 Plague Marines. I wanted to bring 7, but I had about 40 points left over, so I brought 9. One's got a fist, 2 with Blight Launchers, and then the magic in this army. Well, the only real reason why I put this list together is I've got 7, Nurgle's number, 7 fetid bloat drones. 2 of them have got the heavy blight launchers in them, and 5 of them are with the plague spears because I think that's the best loadout. But 7 plague drones, they're so good. I wanted to see what 7 of them could do together, which didn't leave me very many points left over. So loads and loads of troops, and a Demon Prince with wings, and a pair of Malefic Talons, and I've given him the Curse of the... not the Curse of the one. Gift of Contagion, that's the one. That's the one that if I pull it off and you roll a dice and it reduces the enemy's toughness or strength or attacks, which he never passes because he just uses Smite pretty much. Anyway, not a lot of anti-tank in this list, minus the Blight Launchers and minus the pair of Malefic Talents on this guy. There's not a lot of anti-tank at all, so I might struggle taking out armor. I wouldn't recommend this list for a tournament. I wouldn't recommend this list. Mind you, we'll see how it gets on. I've got lots and lots of flyers there, lots and lots of troop options there. I've got 7 command points to play with and a lot of psychers. I think it could do quite well. Right, this is just south of 2,000 points worth of Space Marines using Ultramarines Chapter Tactics, which means they can fall back and shoot. But when they fall back out of combat and shoot, it's -1 to their ballistic skill, and they've got +1 leadership. And there's a battalion, the one with all the elites in it, 7 command points to play with. Who's the warlord for the army? Liam, not Liam.
He's the warlord there. He's got Power Fist and Lightning Claws. He was built in 7th. So.
Yeah, that's a very good 7th edition loadout there, because you can use one or the other.
He's got the Iron Resolve Warlord trait, and he's rocking the Armor Indomitus.
Nice. So he's got a 2-up save, and with Iron Resolve, he's got an additional wound and he ignores wounds on 6.
Exactly.
Bit of a beefcake. He's a left captain. This is the lieutenant, so he's re-rolling hit rolls of 1 for everything within 6 inches of him. He's re-rolling wound rolls of 1 for everything within 6 inches of him. Is this guy WYSIWYG?
Yep. Everything's WYSIWYG.
Nice, I like it. Very old school. And what else were we looking at here?
So it's still part of the battalion detachment. I've
Yes.
got 3 5-man tech squads.
Okay.
2 here are Combi Melter on the sergeant with a plasma gun.
Yeah.
And then we've got one over here with a plasma pistol and power fist and a melter gun.
Nice.
They're going to be coming down in the drop pod, I think, with my plasma devs as well.
Oh, you got a drop pod for them?
Yeah.
So 2 units jumping inside the Razorbacks with las cannons. You paid for the Stormbolters as well?
I did, yeah.
Nice. Okay, it's a long time. Yeah, it's good. I like it. And a drop pod. And I haven't used drop pods in 8th edition yet, but you still have faith, obviously.
I do, yes.
Tri-las Predator at the back. Missile launcher, cyclone missile launcher, thingy bob. Land speeder Typhoon. That's the words that I want to use. Yeah. And this guy is another what? Is he another captain?
He's a captain as well. Yeah, he's the captain of the Vanguard detachment.
Okay.
So it's him, as well as the apothecary just next to him.
Yes.
Old school apothecary.
Yes.
He's also with the Stern Guard squad, which is just over to the left.
Okay, this is Stern Guard. Specialist ammunition is -2 bolt rounds, AP bolt rounds, right? Fire bolters a bit further with -2 AP, which is nice. And you've got 1 melter gun in there?
Yep, 1 melter gun in there.
Excellent.
Sergeant's got the axe.
Nice. And so that's 1 elite. The apothecary is another elite, and an honoured brother interred in dreadnought armour there. That's your 3 elites. And I imagine he'll be jumping out of your Storm Raven gunship.
He is, yeah. He likes a taxi.
Okay, nice taxi. And Devastators with plasma cannons.
Yep.
You're living on the edge, my friend.
They're coming down in the drop pod.
Okay. They're coming down in the drop pod, really?
Yep.
Okay. So what we've got is some, it's a very mixed list. There's some troops, there's some devs, there's some elites, there's some speed. Not a lot of boots on the ground. I clearly outnumber you with my 40 poxwalkers. But you've certainly got quality over quantity. And these are the noble Astartes. And we're deployed for this 2,000 point game of cleanse and capture to see whether the Space Marines can cleanse out the filth of Nurgle and capture this refinery, or to see whether the Death Guard can clear out the filth of the Astartes and capture this refinery. And I've deployed in a very big blob, and I put down all my stuff second. There's also another drone over there and another drone over there, ready to go forward right up to the 24-inch line, 1 tucked in there as well. And then the Demon Prince providing a reroll 1 bubble up there. Typhus, my warlord, is down there, along with a Malignant Plaguecaster. Poxwalkers, Plague Marines. Nice big blob. Now let's talk about this scenery for a second, because you can't go to the top floor of ruins, but these aren't really ruins. And as they're not really ruins, they wouldn't really be providing any cover either. Technically, straight out of the Warhammer 40k rulebook, there's no such thing as refinery. So I had a conversation with Liam, not Liam, beforehand, and this is what we decided to do. We decided that any unit wholly within, any infantry wholly within the refinery limits, scenery, gets a +1 cover save. And anything that can float and skim, such as the VTOL and these guys, and in fact the drop pod could smash into these. Basically anything but not tracked vehicles. Tracked vehicles can't get up there. But these refinery walls are made of stern stuff, big steel and ceramic gantries, so these things can float up there. You happy with that?
Liam, not Liam, is happy.
Liam, not Liam, is very happy. I'm happy with that as well, particularly as after we placed all these objectives all over the place, we realised that we placed 4 out of 6 of them high up on these bits. And if we just played with our normal forces, then basically your Space Marines and my Plague Marines will find it really tough to score any of these objectives, because we decided, hey, look, there's a really cool piece of scenery. Let's put an objective on it. And then when it came to deployment, we're probably never going to be able to get up there. So that's what we've decided. +1 to the cover, and things that aren't tanks can get on there. Are there units inside of these things?
There are, yes.
So you put units in them. You have put your plasma devastators in reserve. There is an objective up there, and to me it seems like a perfect place to put some plasma devastators, but you put them in a drop pod, which I think is really weird.
I think it's really weird as well, but we're trying new things.
Is there tactics going on?
Maybe.
And there's another tactical squad in there with the captain and lieutenant?
Captain and...
Or the apothecary?
Captain and apothecaries.
And you put the stern guard in there and the dreadnought as well.
Yes.
So this is loaded up,
yeah.
ready for bear.
Yeah.
And if I had a lot of las cannons, that would be priority target number 1, because you've probably got 800 points in that nugget right there.
Fair amount.
But fortunately for you, I don't have any las cannons. Just lots of blight weaponry and plague weaponries, and I have the filth and the power of chaos behind me. So you've deployed, spread out across. You're controlling an objective. I'm controlling an objective. I've deployed. We've agreed on the scenery or the terrains and everything. We just need to roll off to see who goes first. So using the chapter approved rules, the player who goes second rolls a dice, and then you roll a dice and you add 1 to it. And you can't spend any command points or anything. So I put my stuff away after you. Let's see what I get. I've got 4. Can you beat a 4? 4, you can, because that's +1. That's a 5. You will be going first unless I try and steal from you. Do I want to steal? There's a lot of las cannons. I mean, look, 4 las cannons here, 4 more las cannons over there, plus this thing. I think I need to try and seize the initiative, which I haven't done in 8th edition yet. No, so I'm due it. I'm due a steal.
You do it. Do you want to use my big dice?
Go on then, have you got big dice?
Yeah.
That's a very big dice. Is it loaded for the 6?
No.
Oh, look at that! It's a seize, let me just check.
No,
It's not. Okay. The end of all things are going first. Here are the objectives for the Death Guard. Master the Warp, unleash the power of chaos. And secure Objective 4 and secure Objective 5, which are deep within the Space Marine lines. Here we are after the Death Guard movement phase and the end of all things, swarm forward into Voldern Refinery, desperately seeking these 2 objectives. Now there's Objective 5. I'm nowhere near it. And there's Objective 4. And if I had a good advance roll, I could have got to it maybe, but I didn't get a good advance roll. So this refinery is clearly under the control of the Sons of Hades so far. And I'm going to get 0 points. I've kept a couple of drones back here for deep strike denial units, but as you can see, Typhus, the Malignant Playcaster, everyone advancing forward. And in the movement phase, I spent my first command point on, I think it's called Cloud of Flies. It's a 1-point stratagem. You pick an infantry unit, and you cannot target the infantry unit unless it's the closest unit. It basically gets the character rule. And I've dumped it on my Plague Marines because las cannons, plasma cannons, there's a lot of shots coming in, and the Plague Marines are nicely sandwiched between the 2 units of Poxwalkers. So they can't be targeted unless they're the closest unit. Of course, if he burns away a number of these Poxwalkers, then you'll be able to pick on the Plague Marines. So there's a point right there, command point right there. Now I've got a choice to make to get the Master the Warp objective. So if I cast a Psychic Power, I get 1 command point. 1 command point, 1 victory point. You know what I mean, right? Victory point.
Yeah, you go.
But if I cast 3 Psychic Powers, I can get D3 points. Now, I can do Putrescent Vitality and the other one, 2 of them. But to cast a 3rd Psychic Power, like Smite or something like that, I need to select a target within range. There are no targets in range. So the most Psychic Powers I can cast, you just can't cast Smite. You've got to pick a target. There are no targets, nothing in 18 inches, so I can't cast it. So the most Psychic Powers I'll be able to do is 2. So do I just cast 2 Psychic Powers and get 1 command point at the end? Or do I hold on to that Master the Warp objective, and then next turn, when hopefully there's some Space Marines coming in for a fight, then be able to pull off maybe 3, 4, 5 Psychic Powers and get D3 points for Master the Warp? What would you do?
It's a tricky one.
I think I'm just going to go for the guaranteed point, I
Once
think.
on the
I
board.
think once on, yeah, it's here. Let's do the thing. Let's roll some psychic powers. So let's go straight into the psychic phase. So you can't shoot at these ones with Cloud of Flies. So let's put Miasma of Pestilence on the unit in front. So this is -1 to hit them. And that fails. I need a warp charge of 6. And then Putrescent Vitality +1 Strength and Toughness on the unit in front. I was going to do Miasma on that one and Putrescent that one. But let's do Putrescent Vitality. I need a 6. That passes. And so they're now Strength and Toughness 5 Poxwalkers as the curse of the walking pox floods through them. Now we're on to the shooting phase, and that's the only thing that is in range are these heavy blight launchers. Right, these fetid bloat drones next to the Demon Prince, they both have heavy blight launchers which are 36-inch range. That's the softer target, the land speeder. So let's fire at the land speeder. They're assault weapons, so I always hit on 4s when I move. So I'm hitting on 4s now. And that's not too bad. That's 4 hits straight away. And they're strength 6 versus toughness 6. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds at -2 AP. D3 damage each. This is going to be an easy first blood, maybe. I've spoiled it now.
-2 is that?
-2, yeah. So 5 ups.
Ooh, no.
No, fail all of them. So D3 damage each. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, land speeders only have 6 wounds, so it's dead. Does it blow up on a 6er?
I don't think he was worth it, was he?
No, it's first blood. It's a point. It doesn't blow up. Land speeder is gone. Excellent. Excellent. So let's fire the next blight launcher. I should really fire a flyer or razorback. Flyer or razorback. On a 1, 2, 3, I'm firing at the tank. Let the dice gods decide. No, flying at flyer. Storm Raven gunship. 4s to hit. Re-rolling 1s because I'm within 6 inches of a lord. So I roll 3 2s. So 3 hits. Strength 6, toughness 7 on the Storm Raven. 1 wound at -2. So the 3 becomes a 5, which you failed. Failed all your armor saves so far. D3 damage. 6 damage. So that's 3 damage on the Storm Raven. The Storm Raven has 11 wounds left, and that's the end of the first turn for the end of all things. I get 2 points, 1 for first blood, 1 for mastering the warp as I swarm forward. How will the sons of Hades respond to this aggression? A refinery Volden is at stake. Let's go to Space Marines, turn 1. Here are the orders for the Space Marines. They want to take and hold this site. Defend 2, secure 5, secure 6. Here we are after the Space Marine movement phase. They need to defend 2 and secure 5 and 6. Now, there's 2, so there's no defending going on there. There's 6 right back in my deployment zone. But the 2 objectives I wanted was 4 and 5. And you've rather rudely put a drop pod right on top of number 4. It's right in the middle of... No, I want it. That was mine. So a bit of denial going on there, stopping me taking objective 4. And this is objective 5, which I want as well. So you're only going to get a point this turn because you're on objective 5. But I did keep secure 4 and 5 in my hands because I had some bloaty drones that could easily zip over them and get it next turn. Obviously all the big guns that never tire have stayed still. And the Raven is busting over that way. We've seen the heavy guys come out of that pod. Heavy guys, Devastators come out of that pod. And there's a captain and a lieutenant with them as well, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so lots of firepower on that base there. As discussed earlier, we told you that these steel armoured gantries can take the weight of a drop pod smashing into them. The Mechanicum know how to build their stuff. Imagine that there's layers and layers and layers of this stuff going higher and higher and higher into orbit. And into the atmosphere, and the drop pods can smash down. There's probably another 100 layers below this part of the refinery here with more Death Guard fighting down there. I'm sure the Brothers Grimm are down there in the depths somewhere along with your chapter master. But this story circles on this battle grid here. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Opening up the shooting phase, try Las Pred into that drone over there. It stays still, so 3s to hit. And 3 of them hit. Strength 9, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. And only 1 of them wounds. It's -3 AP, but I have a demonic save. 5 up inbun, which I fail, and this does D6 damage, last cannon, because they're nasty. 3 damage, so 3 disgustingly resilience on that bloat drone. And I saved 2 of them. It only takes 1 damage. So what we firing next, Liam, not Liam?
Assault cannon down at the same target.
Okay. Are all the guns coming in at that bloat drone?
Yeah, we want red.
You don't like him?
No.
Okay, so twin assault cannons, 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. It is a heavy weapon, but they have power of the machine spirit, so they can move and fire the guns as though standing still.
I put them in range.
Is he...
No, I didn't. Never mind.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
Strength 6, toughness 7, so you need 5s to wound. And you get 2 wounds. And it's -1, so my threat becomes a 4 up. I failed them both, 2 disgustingly resilience, and I failed both of them. So look, 4 las cannons did 1 wound, and assault cannon did 2 wounds. It's down to 7 left. Right, what are you firing next? Melters? Or missiles?
2 melters.
2 melters. 3s to hit. 1 hits. Strength 8, toughness 7. Wounds. Burn straight through the armour. I need a 5 up and run, which I fail. And you're within half range of the multi-melter,
yeah.
so you roll 2d6 and pick the highest for damage.
I think I'll have a 6, please.
You sure you don't want the 2?
No,
Take the
I'll take a 6.
Okay then. 5 up and vulnerable. 5 up, disgustingly resilience. I make 2, so I take 4 more damage. That's 3 wounds remaining. You've taken 7 off of him, and you've got a couple of missiles going into him as well. 2 missiles peel off of its wing and fly down, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Strength 8, toughness 7. Wounds on a 3. It does wound. What's the minus?
Minus...
It's minus. Let's say 5 up and run. And I make it. He smashes off the invulnerable demonic save. That drone's got 3 wounds left. He takes all that firepower from a Trilas Predator and a Storm Raven. Moving along. This Razorback firing at that one. Where are the Stormbolt was going? On the same target?
Yeah, why not?
Okay then.
Just tickle him.
Yeah, okay. Little tickling. 1 hit with the las cannon and does wound. I need a 5 up and run, which I fail. D6 damage. 4, that's not bad. 4 disgustingly resilience, and I make 2 of them. It takes 2 wounds. Then the Stormbolter failed to scratch the surface. Now this one firing the Stormbolter at the Poxwalkers, las cannons at the drone. You've rolled to hit, and you've hit. Both of them hit. Now you need to wound. 3's to wound. 1 of them wounds. 5 up and run. Nope, D6 damage on that las cannon. 1. Just 1. 5 up, disgustingly resilient. 2. And he's disgusting and resilient. It was 2. Yeah. Another one. I'm looking through the camera, you see, so I can't see. Okay, it does do a wound. It's down to 7 left. And then the Stormbolt was, well, I got the camera in my hand. 3's to hit.
Nah.
No, didn't do anything. Okay, tactical squad up here. What we doing?
Plasma going into...
Yes.
Into
the drone.
And combi melter is going to fire his bolt rounds.
Okay. You overcharging that plasma weaponry?
No.
So what we firing first?
Might as well do the bolters first.
Bolt guns into them.
Yep.
3's to hit. 2 hits. They're toughness 7 right now because of putrescent vitality. And you get a wound. Don't have a save, but I do have 5 disgustingly resilient, which I fail, and you kill 1 Poxwalker of 20. And then the plasma gun, 1 shot into the drone.
Baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah.
No.
Misses. Right, from here over to the Devastators there. Firing in that drone on 3 wounds left. Are you overcharging, sir?
No, sir.
No, because you moved, right? Mm-hmm. So then it would be on 1s and 2s you'd be picking them up because plasma weaponry overheats. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't overheat if you... Yeah, you just fire them normally. Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
So this is D3 shots.
Okay, so that's the number of shots from that unit. So 8 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and then applying the modifier.
4's re-rolling 1, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's... You do your thing. Well, the 3s you don't re-roll. No. You re-roll the 1. Mm-hmm. And that's it, and then you apply the modifier, and then so 3 hits, strength 7, toughness 7, 4's to wound, 1 wound, 1 5 up save, fail, 1 disgustingly resilient, fail, it's down to 2 wounds left. And then the lieutenant, the captain, and the Stormbolter on the drop pod itself fired everything, all the remaining guns down into that bloat drone, and it's got 1 wound left. You could not bring it down. And that's the end of shooting phase for the Sons of Hades. And Liam's choosing not to charge anything there. Potentially you could get a captain lieutenant out and go after that bloat drone, or even the Devastators, but they would be pretty exposed. So decided to stay calm for now, keeping their heads for now. And clearly these battle lines have been drawn. but unfortunate first shooting for the Space Marines, bringing none of these units down. They do get objective 5, so that is a point, and they do prevent me from scoring either of these objectives in my turn. However, it's 1 point to the Space Marines, 2 points to the Death Guard as we go on to Death Guard, turn 2. Here are my objectives in turn 2. Big Game Hunter, take out one of those vehicles and secure 4, secure 5. And in the movement phase, the Death Guard push forward one more time. The only way is forward into this refinery. I jumped up one of the drones up here just in case secure objective 6 comes out to deny that one. Keeping these two guys safe, but basically shoving forward. And the only objective I could potentially score this turn is Big Game Hunter, so this one is advanced. But the Plague Spitters are an assault weapon, so you can move forward and shoot them, and I am in 9-inch range of that Razorback, because they are 9 inches. I tried to get this one over here as well, but I rolled low on the advance, so I couldn't tag team that thing. Instead, he's gone over there with his injured brother, and we're going to bathe that Devastator squad in chemical filth. But before that, Psychic phase. Okay, let's start off with Miasma. I think this unit of Poxwalkers are potentially going to get assaulted. So let's do Miasma of Pestilence on them, which passes. I needed a 6, and they're going to be -1 to hit, shooting or assault. And Putrescent Vitality, let's put it on the same unit as well, the front screen essentially. You need a 6, and that's a 4, that fails. But at least it's +1 to hit them. And I'm out of range for all the other psychic powers as well. So as you pointed out there, you've changed your top by the way. It makes all the things a bit mute about whether keeping it in my hand for Master of the Warp. I'm glad I didn't. Didn't change his top, took his jumper off. This thing, shooting at that. So let's start off in the shooting phase. Auto hitting. How many times? 8 times with his Plague Spitters. This is chemical filth. I need 8 dice. And I will be strength 6, your toughness 7. 3 saves or 4 up. That's -1. 3 saves, but you save 4 anyway. That's good, thank you very much. And then the heavy blight launcher, assault blight launcher from this one, firing at the Razorback as well. I need Big Game Hunter, so 4s to hit with blight launchers. Re-rolling 1s because there's a demon stood right next to. Only 3 hits. These are strength 6. I need 5s. 2 wounds at -2. You pass 1, fail 1. D3 damage. 1 damage. And then the other one over there will also join in. I think I've got 9 wounds to get through. So 4s to hit. Re-rolling 1s. I get 2 hits. Strength 6. 1 wound at -2 AP. 5 up save, which you fail. And another D3. 2. So in total, 3 wounds taken off that Razorback. Looks like I won't be getting any points this turn, so let's bathe the Devastators in some chemical filth. Starting off with this bloat drone here, number of auto hits, 4 auto hits. Strength user, currently strength 6, so 3s to wound the Devastators. Rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon, which suddenly reminds me, those other shots that I was putting downstream were plague weapons as well. I don't know if I got any 1s. I'm sure someone will let me know. 3 up saves. It would be 4 up saves, but it's +1 -1 because you're in a thing and you save them all, so they're okay. The other bloat drone over there will fire at them. How many number of auto hits? 8 auto hits. Now this one's a bit poorly because you've smacked him down to 1 wound and it's strength for user. So this is now strength 4, so I need 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. See, he's strength 4, but all 8 of them wound. -1 AP, but +1 AP because you're in that terrain piece. So 8, 3 up saves, and a kill do Devastators. The Sergeant and the Devastator get taken away, and then over here to this unit of Plague Marines. Now, I'd love to fire at that Razorback. I can see him, but I'm out of range. So instead, all guns will have to go into this Razorback here. 2 Blight Launchers hitting on 3s, and wounding on 5s. Nothing. Oh no, there's a 1 re-rolling 1 for plague weaponry. There's a wound, -2 AP on that Razorback.
Oh.
Which you fail, D3 damage. 3 damage. Then I fold a bolt gun rounds in on that Razorback, dropping it down 1 more wound. So this one's on 6 wounds, that one's on 7 wounds. That's the end of my shooting phase. I'd love to assault that one in, but I can't because he advanced. But talking about moving in and assaulting, let's do these drones into these Devastators. I survived the overwatch. Both drones make it in. Putting this one this way round, coming this way, to prevent the captain from heroically intervening. And on this way, you can't squeeze through. There's a model there and a model there, so you can't squeeze through. So starting off with this drone, the uninjured one, he has got 3 attacks because he's still got more than 6 wounds left. And he's hitting on 4s with his plague spewer and everything misses. And the really injured one has got 1 attack left. He's hitting on 4s with his plague probe and he misses as well and everything misses. Sigh. And then Liam, not Liam, is putting all of his attacks on that injured one. This one within an inch of something that's within an inch. So 3s to hit, 1 hit. Re-rolling 1s because he's captain. 2 hits. You need 5s now. He's only got 1 wound left. That's enough. That's a wound. If I fail a 3-up save, which I don't. And that's the end of that. I am within 3 inches of your objective, which is one of the ones that I need to get, but you've got multiple units there within 3 inches of that objective, so I can't steal it off of you. I haven't killed anything over here in the assault, but I did kill 2 in shooting, but your leadership 8 anyway, so you don't have to take a morale. In fact, apart from killing 2 devastators and scratching the paintwork on a couple of razorbacks, I have done very little damage. However, I have got good board control. As the end of all things begin to swarm into Volden Refinery. 0 points scored that turn, still 2 points to the Death Guard, 1 point to the Space Marines. I think I'm going to ditch secure objective 5 or 4. Let's go on to Space Marines turn 2. Here are the objectives for the Sons of Hades. They've been ordered to take control of this refinery, advance out of their deployment zone, supremacy, take any 3 objectives for D3 points and secure objective 6. Here we are after the Space Marine movement phase, and the Sons of Hades do not advance out of their movement phase. They're not securing Objective 6 either, and they're certainly not getting supremacy, so there are some tough orders. They're currently controlling 1, 2 objectives, and there is Objective 2 under here. And the Stern Guard and the Dreadnought and the Tactical Squad all came piling out of that Storm Raven before it moved. So if they charge forward, I'm sure they might be able to outnumber some Poxwalkers on that objective. Potentially I could take from the front when he starts shooting at them, but that will leave the Malignant Plaguecaster exposed, and I'm not sure if I want to do that. It is going to be -1 to hit them when they shoot at them because of Miasma of Pestilence. So I need to take that objective to get supremacy. Or these guys, which got out 3 and then move 6 up there. Next turn they could pile all the way up onto the high gantry up there, and that will be supremacy maybe next turn, maybe. So some movement around the edges, the Storm Raven busting up and over on this side, making sure he's in 12 range of this fetid bloke drone there for the melter shots, and the Devastators falling back out of combat, the captain and lieutenant stepping forward. They're up for a challenge. Let's move on to the shooting phase. Right, the Devastators, because they're a successor chapter of the Ultramarines, they can fall back and still shoot. So they're going to fire at this fetid bloke drone on 1 wound left. It's -1 to hit though. D3 shots each with a plasma cannon. 5 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, then applying modifiers. And it turns out that there's 3 hits. So this is strength 7 because you're not overcharging. Toughness 7, so force to wound. 0 wounds, re-rolling the 1s for the lieutenant, that's up there. 0 wounds, didn't take him out. The lieutenant has a grav pistol, hitting on a 3, that's a hit, strength 5, doesn't wound. What else we got? There's a Stormbolter on the captain, Stormbolter on the pod. Captain first. 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s, they all hit, 5s to wound. 2 wounds, maybe the captain knows what he's doing. Let's see if I can fail these 3-up saves. No. Obviously it just goes into some fat bloated meat sack there and doesn't hit any critical components of that drone. You've still got a Stormbolter on the pod. Is that going to fire it in?
Yep.
Okay. Re-rolling 1s, so that's 2 hits, 5s to wound.
No.
Re-rolling 1s.
Oh yeah.
And the Stormbolter from the pod manages to fly into the drone. Will it take it down? 3-up save? Yeah. No. No, that drone is still buzzing away. I expect you're going to assault him.
Probably, yes.
Moving along. Trilas Predator firing at the other injured drone here on 7 wounds left. Okay, 3s to hit because it stays still. They all hit this time. 3s to wound. And 3 wounds. 3 5-up demon saves. I fail all of them. 3d6 damage. I think you might kill this drone. 7, 8, 9. 9 damage in total.
Ooh, I might command point this one.
Really? Okay.
Just because I really want it
Okay.
gone.
Go on.
Yeah.
Okay, 13 damage. So I need to make 13 disgustingly resilient saves of 5 up, and I've got 7 wounds left. That's a dead drone. Actually just failed that. Just failed it. 7 got through. Do I want to command? No, I don't want to command point it. These things blow up on 4s, by the way, called putrid detonation. And it goes pop. And so everything within 7 inches of that drone takes a mortal wound. That's going to kill a devastator, put a wound on your captain, a wound on your lieutenant, a wound on the pod. Is that your warlord up there?
No.
Because with Iron Resolve, no, that's your warlord down there. So you're going to lose a devastator. More than that, it's going to kill my own bloat drone, unless I make a 5 up disgustingly resilient save. Which I don't, and this one will go pop on a 4 as well.
Ruh-roh.
Chain reaction. No, it doesn't.
Whew.
So the las cannons from the Predator gunner meeting its target, and this balcony just exploding in filth and chemical ooze. One of the devastators taking a hit, the other bloat drone getting melted, and also some of the acid and chems spill out onto the dreadnought and onto the apothecary down here as well. That balcony is really stinky right now. From that drone across to this drone, the tactical squad firing down in at this bloat drone. Are you overcharging the plasma?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
go on then.
What
Rapid
could
fire
go
range.
wrong?
They both hit. Beautiful thing. Strength 8 now because it's overcharged. So wounds on 3s and it doesn't wound.
Of course.
But you are in melter range. The
Mhm.
melter in that squad. Combi melter. Hits and wounds on a 3.
There we go.
And that wounds, I need a 5 up and bun. Which I pass. And then we just have bolter fire. Then the bolter fire just bounced. Now we have the second tactical squad. Are you overcharging?
Yes.
You crazy, crazy fool.
Fun of
Good luck.
plasma.
Oh dear. Do you want to command point that? Did you just command point something earlier on? I think you command pointed something earlier on.
Yeah.
The damage on your pred.
Mhm.
You already
Yep.
command pointed something in the shooting phase, so the plasma guy,
He goes pop.
the coil blows up in his face. 1 hit. It does wound this time. I have a 5 up and bun, which I don't make. It does 2 damage, 2 disgustingly resilience, and it only takes 1 wound off the drone. But you've got a combi melter in there as well,
Hey.
which misses. Then the bolt gun shells just bounce, so both of these tactical squads firing at that drone, just taking 1 wound off of him and selling the soul of one of your plasma gunners. He's not dead, he's just injured, his hands are burnt. Right, are you firing anything else at this drone?
Yes. Las.
Okay, good
over
luck.
Here.
1 hit
Hits.
with the last cannon on the tri-las predator, not the predator,
Mm.
razorback. That's a wound. Okay, so last cannon, 5 up invulnerable. No, d6 damage with the last cannon. 3. I need 3 disgustingly resilience, and I make 2 fail 1. It's down to 8 wounds. You've got a storm bolter on that thing,
Yeah,
though, so 4 shots at this range. 2 hits, wounds on 5s. 1 wound, 3 up, 5 up. So only 1 more wound chipped off. Same one doing the same thing, different razorback doing the same thing.
Different
Okay,
razorback,
las
same
cannons
story.
firing at point blank range. What could go wrong? 1 hit, 1 miss. And wounds, 5 up demon save. And I make it. Oh no. Then the storm bolter's just bouncing. This drone just taking 2 damage from all of that firepower. He is obviously a bit more resilient and a lot less disgusting than the other drone. Now we're on to the Dread. The Dread is what? Storm bolters into the Poxwalkers?
Yep.
And las cannon into this thing?
Yeah.
You can't kill it, you know.
No.
It's an invulnerable bloat drone. Far away with these las cannons. You move, so it's a heavy, so 4's to hit.
1 hit.
1 hit, and 3's to wound. And it wounds, 5 up invulnerable save, which I make. He's just walking through fire, this one. And the storm bolter from the Dread bouncing 1 more time. Right, across to this tactical squad here. What are we doing?
Tactical squad is actually going to shoot at the ones behind because I want to charge at these guys.
Okay.
I don't want you pulling from the front.
So this is 1 squad. This is the other squad. This one is -1 to hit with miasma of pestilence. So storm bolter's going into this one. Sorry, bolt gun's going into this one. Okay, I like it. And then you said the melter and the plasma were in range of this drone up there.
Yes.
All right, I like it. What are we firing first?
We'll do the small arms fire.
Small arms fire. So you are in rapid fire range of this squad because of that one little annoying dude there. So there is 6 shots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because you've got another captain. And what we've got is 6 hits. The second squad are toughness 4. And only 2 wounds. 2 5 up disgustingly resilience. And 2 die. 2 die in that back squad. And now the melter fires up at that drone. 3s to hit. It hits. 3s to wound. It wounds. 5 up demon save. And make the save. You got the plasma. Are you overcharging your plasma pistol on your sergeant?
Yes.
He's only got a power fist. It doesn't matter if it dies,
it doesn't
right?
matter.
He hits. Okay. That gets it to strength 8, toughness 7, 3s to wound.
Wound.
That's a wound. 5 up demon save, which I fail. And because it's overcharged, it will do 2 damage unless I make disgustingly resilience. And I make 1. So it just takes 1 wound off that drone. Now you've got the stern guard back there. Now what are they going to fire at?
There's a melter in the squad. He's
Is there?
also in range. He's
Okay.
going up at them.
And the other
then
guns?
The other guns are going through to that back squad.
Yeah, because they're 30-inch range, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're rapid firing at 15. So they can rapid fire that far. All right, let's fire the melter. Let's see if we can take out this drone. It hits and it doesn't wound. We have 6 shots with the stern guard, then firing into this second squad. They hit on 3s, re-rolling 1s because there's a captain there. So that's 4 hits, and they will wound on 4s. It's strength 4 versus toughness 4 because of typhus. Only 2 wounds. It would be minus 2 AP, but I'm plague zombies. I'm just zombies. Curse of the walking pox thing going on here. Mumbling brains. So no saves, just 2 disgustingly resilience, and I make 1 fail 1. Then a couple of bolt pistols firing in, doing no damage. So in the end, only killing a couple of poxwalkers from this squad. And now the last thing left to fire is the Storm Raven, as he jinks right and left through the refinery. Putting rounds into this one?
Yep.
Okay, assault cannon spooling up. 3s to hit. Ooh. And 5s to wound. Strength 6, toughness 7, only 1 wound. Minus 1 AP, so I need 4s. Which I pass. Missiles and melter now. Which one next?
Missiles. Those.
Missiles. 1 hit. Wounds on a 3. 1 wound. Storm strike missile launcher flat. 3 damage. So 3 disgustingly resilience, and I make 2 of them. Only taking 1 wound so far. But now we have these twin melters, and you are in melter range. 3s to hit with a melter, sir. And they both hit. 3s to wound. Strength 8, toughness 7. 1 wound. 1 5 up demon save. And I make that. Only taking 1 wound off the drone. That's a sad pounder face. And that's the end of the shooting phase. A phase of mixed fortunes because you're only tickling a couple of the drones. But on the other hand, 1 shot managed to take out 2 drones over there. Now we're on to the assault phase. Is this big mess all charging in?
Yeah, my thinking
Well, I
is...
don't have any Overwatch on Poxwalkers.
My thinking is, if I can't kill it with shooting, maybe I can kill it by headbutting it?
Headbutt it to death. I like it. This is where we end up after the charge phase. There is a ring of Astartes surrounding these Poxwalkers. Who are we selecting to fight first with, sir?
Captain.
Okay, there's the captain. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Claw or fist?
Claw.
The claw.
The claw.
And everything hits. And he's strength 4. 1 minute. It's minus 1 to hit. Oh yeah, you rolled a bunch of 3s because you hit on 2s normally, you're right. Strength 4, toughness 4 right now. 4s to wound and re-rolling to wound because of the claw. 3 wounds. I have 3 5 up invulnerable saves to make. Not invulnerable saves, what am I talking about? Disgustingly resilience to make. And I make 1. I'll make 2, fail 1. I think I'm going to pile that one away. You outnumber me on this objective right now anyway. So let's pile that one or pull that one away. Now, which one do you want to fight with next?
I think this squad here.
Tactical squad?
Mm-hmm.
And so we end up like this, surrounding that one lone Poxwalker. Right, the fist smacking first with your sergeant.
Yes.
Yeah, 4s. Actually a 5 because it's minus 1. But you did get 1 hit.
1.
Wounding on a 2. That wounds, and it does D3 damage because it's a fist. 2 damage. 2 disgustingly resilience. And 1 of them dies. Right, you've already piled in. Take him away. And now you've only got 1, 2 within an inch of an assaulting model. Mind you, you've got the other 2 within an inch of guys within it. Okay, so all 4 of them can still fight. I was trying to be clever. 4 hits. Would be 3s, but 4s because of Miasma and Pestilence. 3 hits. And 1 wound. And no disgustingly resilient. Kill 1 more. Take him away. Alright, the Stern Guard, the guys with the mohawks, pile in through the gap there. Who are we striking first? Who's striking first?
We've got the Sergeant with his power axe.
Okay, 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, strength 5 with a power axe, gets your strength up, so you're winning on 3s. 0 wounds. Is there a lieutenant there? There isn't, is there? Isn't. And then the remaining 4 Stern Guard get to strike. Now, Stern Guard have 2 attacks each, which is nice. They would be hitting on 3s. But they're hitting on 4s because of Miasma, and you're re-rolling 1s because there's a captain there. 5 hits, strength 4, toughness 4, 3 wounds, and 3 disgustingly resilience. And I make 1, 2 more, failing 1 more. There's that guy there. If I pull him away, your apothecary is still going to get to strike. Basically, you've been doing really badly, or I've been making some really good saves. So your apothecary gets to strike, and the dreadnought will get to strike. So the apothecary swinging in. I think they have 3 attacks.
I think they do.
Let's just say they have 3. And 1 hit. Because mine's 1 to hit. 1 wound. 5 up. Which I fail. Take that one away, and then dreadnoughts definitely have 4 attacks. And they hit on 3s, but 4s because of Miasma. Rerolling the 1. So that dreadnought strikes twice. He will wound on 2s. He's strength 12 right now. Only 1 wound.
Of course.
And Dreadnought Fists, I think they're a flat 3 damage. I think. Disgustingly resilient. Don't make any disgustingly resilient anyway, and wounds don't spill over. So I will pull that one away. And the Dreadnought consolidates into combat. And then the Poxwalkers pile into combat and strike back at that Dreadnought and scratch at his kneecaps and cause no wounds at all. And that's the end of turn 2 for the Space Marines. They didn't get this objective up here, and they haven't advanced outside of their deployment zone, but they have got 3 objectives right now. You're controlling that one, this one, and objective 2 in the center of the table. Suddenly the Space Marines have control of this refinery, and because they get 3 objectives, they get D3 points for supremacy. So let's roll up. And that's a 2. It was 2 points to the Death Guard, 1 point to the Space Marines, but you've swung it back in your favour. It's 3 points to the Space Marines, 2 points to the Death Guard, and now there's all of a sudden a lot of Space Marines in the middle of the table which are about to feel the wrath of Typhus and the end of all things. Let's go on Death Guard turn 3. Here are my objectives, and they're still going to be tough to control. Big Game Hunter to take out a vehicle. Wasn't so successful last turn. Defend 4 and secure 5. Right, at the start of my turn, before we move, Nurgle's Gift kicks in. So there's Typhus. There's a Nurgle unit within 7 inches of him, and I roll a dice for each enemy unit, which is in range, 1 inch of that unit. So there's an enemy unit within an inch of that unit. And on a 4 up, the Dreadnought will suffer a mortal wound. The Dreadnought suffers a mortal wound. That's Nurgle's Gift kicking in. Here we are after the Death Guard movement phase. Now this Razorback's on 6 wounds, that one's on 7. So this one's a weaker target. So the drone is going after this one. And so will the Plague Marines. And so will the the heavy blight launchers in the background will go after this one as well. Hopefully I've got enough gun to get Big Game Hunter this turn. If not, then that drone can assault him, and maybe the assault will take it out. That's one of the objectives I need, and that's the other objective I need. So apart from Big Game Hunter, that's the only point that I'm going to get this turn. If I manage to pull this off, and that will make the game a draw, 3 points each. My cards have been awful, but to be fair, Liam's cards have been awful as well. And then the other thing I need to do is I figure if I take out this big nugget of Stern Guard and Apothecary and Captain and Tactical Squad, if I get rid of them and the Dreadnought, then I will have some breathing room. I will be caught in a bit of a noose with all of these shooter units around the edges, but I can't have them rampaging through the middle of my lines. I must rampage back. This drone advanced, so he won't be assaulting. He came all the way down from that high balcony up there. But he can shoot his plague spitters. They are assault weapons. This one is in range as well of his plague spitters, 9-inch range. Captain Typhus wants to take Volden Refinery and continue his 10,000 year long march. Let's go on to the psychic phase. Let's start off with the easy one. Demon Prince casting Smite. And that fails. Oh dear. Right, next up, Typhus casting Miasma of Pestilence on himself because he's selfish. It'll be -1 to hit Typhus. I need a 6. That's an 11. That's a pass. You can't deny. It'd be -1 to hit Typhus. And now he's going to smite. It will hit the Dreadnought if I pull this off. Smite passes. D3 mortal wounds on the Dreadnought. That's 2 on the Dreadnought. Dropping the Dreadnought down to 4 wounds left. And now the Malignant Blade cast to put in Putrescent Vitality on this unit of Poxwalkers. You see, at the moment, Putrescent Vitality won't help me with these Poxwalkers versus that Dreadnought, but because they're Strength 4 right now and Strength 5 right now, or Toughness, it's not going to help in this combat. But versus any surviving Marines, it will help. If I get their Strength and Toughness up to 5, it will help. So let's cast it on the Poxwalkers. And that's a 5. 1 minute. That's a 6. I think that's a pass. Yes, that's a pass. They're now to Strength and Toughness 5. And now I'm going to do Smite. And that's a 5. That's a pass. D3 mortal wounds is 1 mortal wound on that tactical squad right there. Psychic phase over. Now let's shoot. This one shooting at the tactical squad with his Plague Spitters. That is going to be 7 auto hits. Strength 6, Toughness 4. 5-4 up saves. Oh no, that tactical squad get wiped out. They're gone. And now the second drone will spray in on those Stern Guard. Can I rinse and repeat? Number of auto hits with the Plague Spitters. That's 6 auto hits. And this thing is still at Strength 6, so he's wounding on 3s. 5 wounds on the Stern Guard on these noble veterans. 5-4 up saves. And 3 of the Stern Guard go down as well. That puts Typhus out of range, only 6-inch range, but a lot of death and carnage there. Also makes the charge for Typhus a lot longer, and for the Poxwalkers. Anyway, let's keep going. This drone into this Razorback. I need Big Game Hunter. So, number of auto hits with the Plague Spewers. 5 auto hits. This is Strength 5, Toughness 7. 3 wounds. 3 wounds at -1, sir. 3-4 up saves. You make 2, fail 1. Just takes 1 more damage. Down to 5 left. Let's fire one of these drones in at it. 4s to hit. Rerolling 1s because there's a demon shouting at them and hitting them with a big pointy stick. 5 hits. Strength 6, Toughness 7. I'm remembering Plague Weapon now. 3 wounds at -2 AP, Assault Blight Launchers. And you make 2 of them. D3 damage. 2 more damage. Razorback is down to 3 wounds left. Let's fire some more Plague Filth with the Assault Blight Launcher, the heavy one. 4s to hit, re-rolling 1s. 3 hits. This is Strength 6. 5s to wound. Re-rolling 1s. 1 wound, -2. 1 failed save. He's got 3 wounds left. This does D3 damage. Can I take it out? Yes, I can. Does it blow up on a 6? Yes, it does. Right, this will do D3 mortal wounds to everything within 6 inches of that Razorback, which will hit my drone and hit your squad. Are you sure you don't want to re-roll that 6?
I think it might be a good idea to re-roll
It
that.
probably is a good idea. Spending a command point to re-roll the 6 and it doesn't explode. It just gets melted in acidic slag, leaving a big gap. Right, that tactical squad are going to get shot at by these Plague Marines. I am in 24-inch range. 3s to hit with bolt guns. Everything hits. 4s to hit with bolt guns. 1 wound in the other 2 up save because you're in terrain. And you save it. But there is 2 Blight Launchers in this squad. 24-inch range, 2 shots each. So 4 shots in total, 3s to hit. 2 hits. Strength 6. 2 wounds at -2, but +1 for the terrain. and you save them. They duck, they cover as bits of shrapnel and filth and plague weaponry scatters around them. And I think that's the end of the shooting phase. Yep, that's the end of the shooting phase. So now we're going to charge. Let's declare the charge with the Poxwalkers to eat the Overwatch into those stern guard there. And I'll declare a charge on the captain and the apothecary as well for pile-in purposes. Yeah, let's do that. And the Poxwalkers don't take any casualties to Overwatch, and they've left a tunnel behind them as Typhus screams, "Get out of my way! I'm coming through!" And he's going to declare a multi-charge against all of these as well. Even though the captain's already... Yeah, let's do all of them. Typhus fails. I got 6 command points left. It's 8 inches away. I'm spending 1. I need a 4. Typhus fails. So Typhus trips over his shoelaces, doesn't manage to get in there. This is where the Poxwalkers end up after piling in. And I've got 11 of them, which is 22 attacks. Currently hitting on 4s. And I get 15 hits in. Now with Putrescent Vitality, there would be Strength 3, but Strength 4 because of tough Typhus, and up to Strength 5 with Putrescent Vitality. So Strength 5 versus Toughness 4, I'm wounding on 3s. See, that averages out. That was 8 wounds on the last 2 remaining Stern Guard there. Everything on the Stern Guard. 3 up saves on 2 models. And those noble veterans fall. This is where the Poxwalkers end up after a 3-inch consolidation, and then we move on to this other unit of Poxwalkers who have piled into the Dreadnought. Now there's 7 able to strike here, so this is 14 attacks, hitting on 4s. And I'm not putrescently vital, but I am Strength 4 versus Toughness 7, so I am wounding on 5s. And the Dreadnought's only got 4 wounds left. And I did 3 wounds to him. 3 3-up saves on the Dready. He takes 2 more damage. He's down to 2 left. Alright, Captain swinging back into these Poxwalkers, hitting on 2s. Or if he's using his fist or his claws. What is he using?
Claws.
Claws. Everything hits.
Everything hits.
And wounding on 5s because of Putrescent Vitality and re-rolling a wound. Okay, you got all 4 in there. 4 disgustingly resilience, and he manages to take down 2 Poxwalkers with him. Then the apothecary swung, didn't do any wounds. Now the Dreadnought, injured, steaming, bleeding, manages to get 2 hits in, and wounds on 2s. What, 1 hit in? I didn't get Miasma of Pestilence. You got all 3 in there.
3 in.
3 in, yeah. 2s to wound. All wound. Each does 3 damage. So 3 on the first Poxwalker, 3 on the second Poxwalker, 3 on the last Poxwalker. 3 Poxwalkers get ripped up. And this is where we end up at the end of that fight phase. Poxwalkers stumbling forward and engaging the captain, the apothecary, and the Dreadnought, which is steaming and smoking. And that is the end of turn 3 for the end of all things. I've managed to take out that Razorback, achieving the order Big Game Hunter. So it's a dead draw. The melee in the middle continues. It's 3 points to 3. Let's go on to Space Marines. Turn 3. Here are the orders for the Space Marines. Overwhelming firepower, shoot something to death. Lightning strike, kill something in the Death Guard deployment zone. And secure objective 6. Here we are after the movement phase for the Sons of Hades. Now they want to kill stuff with bullets or with laser fire. So the Storm Raven zipping along the backfield there, because the Tri-Las Predator couldn't see that one. So by coming this way, he can put guns from the Storm Raven into that one, and the Tri-Las Predator, and the Razorback back here. A convergence of laser cannon fire should be able to bring down a fetid bloat drone, maybe. This unit shuffling around a bit to get in rapid fire range and melter range of this bloat drone down here. He doesn't want to pull them too far forward, just in case secure objective 3 comes up, which is up there on the gantry. Wants to be in range so he can run up there to get it later. The melter coming forward to make sure he's within 6-inch melter range here as well. So if he pulls this off, that'll be a couple of dead bloat drones, and the fight in the middle continues. That will keep me, it seems like I'm in a trap, I'm in a noose. I need to push out of there, but the Death Guard are so slow, and the captain and lieutenant I've got down from that gantry as well, ready to come wheeling into that combat and lend their weight to the fight. Also making sure he's still within 6-inch aura range of those 2 remaining Devastator Marines up there to get the Captain and Lieutenant buffs. So this could be a painful turn. Let's go on to the Space Marines shooting phase. So starting off the Space Marine shooting phase, trying Laz Predator, picking on this bloat drone up here. 4 Laz cannon shots, hitting on 3s. And 3 hits, wounding on 3s. Strength 9, toughness 7. And they all wound. 5 up demon save. And I make 2 of them. D6 damage on a Laz cannon. For 4 damage, 4 disgustingly resilience. And I make none of them. So you do whack 4 of its 10 wounds off of him. Now what else you firing, sir?
This.
Do the other one. Same target.
Yeah.
Laz cannon power. 3s to hit.
2 hits.
Both hit. 3s to wound. 2 wounds. 2 5-up demon saves. And I make 1 fail. 1 d6 damage. 5 this time. 5 disgustingly resilient. 6 wounds to get through. Only make 1. So it's 4 more down. Only 2 more wounds to get through. And that will be lightning strike. For killing something in my deployment zone, and overwhelming firepower if you manage to take it down. Back over there to the Devastators, getting down and having a look. They can both see the bloat drone on 2 wounds left. So, are you overcharging?
Yes, sir.
You are, okay. D3 shots each. So that's 5 shots.
5 shots.
Hitting on 3s, they stayed still. And re-rolling that 1. 3 hits. Strength 8, toughness 7, wounding on 3s. And 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves. Interesting, this did 2 damage, and I've only got 2 wounds left. So 2 5-up demon saves. And I failed them both. 4 disgustingly resilient saves. And the drone goes down. It blows up on a 4. And it blows up. This is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So when it goes down, everything within 7 inches, which is a lot of stuff, takes a mortal wound. Right, you're choosing to leave the Raven for now and going up here and seeing what damage you can do to this drone. So what are we firing first?
Melter first.
Melter. Hits. Wounds on a 3. Wounds 5-up demon save, which I fail to save. 2d6 pick the highest. 2, just 2. Disgustingly resilient. I've passed them both. You can re-roll one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Keep those 2 5s.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to re-roll the
I was
damage?
gonna re-roll
Okay.
it. Oh, okay, never mind.
Saved them anyway. Chucking a grenade, hitting on 3s. And it misses. And then 2 bolt shots there coming in. 3s to hit. 1 hits the floor. They all hit. 5s to wound. 2 wounds. 2 prep saves. And disgustingly resilient. No, he takes a wound. He's down to 6 left. More damage with the bolter fire than with a melter. Right, across to this squad. Are you overcharging the plasma? It never goes wrong.
It never goes wrong, but it never goes right.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm going to overcharge it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Why not?
Ooh. 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 Eat.
There we go.
1 hit. Wounds on a 3.
Yeah, we go.
Wounds. 5-up demon save. Which I save anyway. You're the melter, we measured up. You're definitely in melter range.
Yeah.
Hits. Wounds on a 3. Ooh. And it wounds. 5-up demon save. I fail that one. This will do d6 damage at this range. Ooh.
Oh, the tension.
5. 5. This could sting. 5 disgustingly resilience. And I passed 2. Then the bolt of fire bounced. It's still alive. And then we had storm bolters and fire from the captain and lieutenant going into that drone there, doing no damage. And now we're on to the Raven. Last thing left to fire. And my Demon Prince is the closest target. So you can choose the Demon Prince. Mind you, this drone's only got 3 wounds left. And Storm Strike missiles do a flat 3 damage. So some interesting decisions.
I'm thinking rockets.
Rockets.
Go to there.
Yes.
Everything else going to...
Into the Demon Prince.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Okay. So let's fire these rockets then, shall we?
Always works splitting your fire.
Yep. 3s to hit. 1 hit. 3s to wound. Strength 8, toughness 7. It wounds. 5-up demon save. Fail. And then 3 disgustingly resilience to keep this drone alive. And I pass 1 of them. It's down to 1 wound left. Oh no. And then the assault cannon then, I guess, or the melters. Which one do you want to do first?
Melters first.
Melters, okay. One hit. Strength 8, toughness less.
No.
It doesn't wound. Okay, fill it with lead instead, or explosive rounds. Assault cannons, 12 shots, hitting on 3s.
Ooh, not bad.
That's pretty good. Strength 6, toughness 6 on a demon, so force to wound.
That's not so good.
That's not so good. Is that only 3 wounds?
That's 3.
And with the suppurating plate, I have a 2-up save, -1 because it's an assault cannon, a 3-up save. And then 2 4-up revoltingly resilience, which I failed both of them as well. You actually do take a couple of wounds off the demon. I think it's only got 6 wounds left now. And then some pistols in combat here, killed a poxwalker. Should have mentioned as well that the apothecary, which had dropped a wound, jabbed a needle in his arm and is back up to full wounds, which you do at the end of the movement phase. Anyway, that's the end of the shooting phase. You have killed a bloat drone in my deployment zone, so you do get 2 points, 1 for overwhelming firepower, 1 for lightning strike. Now we're on to the assault phase. What you thinking? Are you thinking you want to assault this thing?
Yeah, I want to give it a hug.
Really? They're going to come wheeling in?
Yep.
I'm going to overwatch then. 2d6 auto hits. That is 8 auto hits, but fortunately, because he's on 1 wound left, his strength user, which is strength 4 right now. So I need 4s to wound, and I reroll 1s because it's a plague weapon. So I do 4 wounds at -1. You're in cover, and I take 1 out. Oh no, because you're in cover.
Yeah, I'm in cover.
Yeah, you survive. Right, this is a 4-inch charge because you're 3 inches up. They're in. And your lieutenant and captain, are they going to do the same thing?
Yep, they're going to wheel in.
Who's that?
Captain.
Okay, and the lieutenant?
Lieutenant.
Everybody's in. Sons of Hades are angry. Okay, charging models first. Who you picking?
We'll do this one first.
Okay, so has the sergeant got any special weapons at all?
No,
No?
it's just...
So this will just be 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s and wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. 2 wounds is enough to do it. I've got 1 wound left. 2 3-up saves. And I pass it. The drone is still alive. Now we go back over to here, where your captain has joined the other captain. Dual captains taking out poxwalkers. It's got to be a dream, right? This must be like training academy for them, just hacking through meat sacks. So your charging captain, was that a power sword?
Power sword there, yeah.
Okay, hitting on 3 2s.
Yep,
And they all hit. And these have still got putrescent vitality on them, so still strength 5, your toughness 4, so you're wounding on 5s. But you wheeled in with your lieutenant as well, so you get to reroll that one. 2 wounds with a power sword, 2 5-up disgustingly resilience, and he doesn't kill them. Lieutenant, 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. And he's got a power sword as well, so he needs 5s to wound. And he gets 2 wounds in. Can he do better than this captain? 2 5-up disgustingly resilience. Yes, he can. The lieutenant takes out 2. The captain only takes out 0. Right, the second captain swinging away with his fists. So he's sitting on 3s because it's a power fist. Re-rolling the 1. And it's strength 8, toughness 5. So you're winning on 3s, strangely enough. And they all wound. Each of them does d3 damage. That much damage. So 2 disgustingly resilience of 1 each. And they die. 1 of 2. And he dies, and 1 of 3. And the apothecary and the dreadnought take out 1 each. Now it's my turn to assault back again. Right, in this group here, only got a couple of models left. So 5 poxwalkers are going to hit the lieutenant because he's already injured. And then 2 into this apothecary. Now these guys have got putrescent vitality, so plus 1 strength up to 4. And they're too far away from Typhus's buff now, so I'm not up to strength 5, just strength 4. And because there's less than 10 models, I'm hitting on 5s. This is on the lieutenant. 4 hits, 5 hits. 5 hits? Yeah, 5 hits. And I'm wounding on 4s. And I do 3 wounds on the lieutenant. And he takes them all. And then 4 attacks on the apothecary. 0 hits, because it's 5s to hit right now. So, yeah, being out of range of Typhus really counting. How many left in this squad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 left in this squad, so it's still hitting on 5s with this squad versus the Dreadnought as well. After piling in, it looks like there's 16 attacks, hitting on 5s on that dreadnought. Got to take it out. It's only got 2 wounds left. 4 hits, 5s to wound it. Only 1 wound. 3 up save on the dread. And the dread takes another wound. He's down to 1 left. Then after that combat, we're over here. This drone has 1 attack because he's so injured, hitting on a 4, and he misses. And that's the end of my assault phase. And I don't think I did any damage to you. You certainly did a lot of damage to me. The Sons of the Hades are punching back. And so at the end of turn 3 for the Space Marines, it's 5 points to 3 in favour of the Imperium, and I am running out of assets, and I'm getting drawn into this meat grinder in the middle while gun after gun after gun just starts ripping into the Death Guard lines. It's looking like this could be sliding towards an Imperial victory, but it isn't over yet. Let's go on to Death Guard turn 4. Here are my objectives in turn 4. Secure objective 5, defend objective 5. Papa Nurgle really wants me to get that one. And disgusting devotions. Basically, I'll get a point if I make 7 disgustingly resilient rolls in a turn. If I can't get it in this turn, then I can score that in my opponent's turn. At the start of the movement phase, if I roll a 4 for this Death Guard unit, that Dreadnought takes a mortal wound and he's only got 1 left. Dead Dreadnought. Does he explode? No, he does not. Here we are after the Death Guard movement phase. Objective 5 is under there. And unlimited vertical movement with the fly keyword. You can only move 6, but that's far enough. I'm on objective 5, securing it and defending it. And these guys who've been marching the long war for many thousands of years need to take out this tactical squad. And finally put some boots on the board for me. And I've had enough of this command squad in the middle. There's 2 captains, 1 lieutenant and an apothecary back there. I think they will make worthy offerings for Grandfather Nurgle. So let's go on to the psychic phase. Right, Miasma of Pestilence on Typhus himself 1 more time. So when he goes charging in there, it's -1 to hit him. That's the plan. Let's see if it works this time. Right, that works. And then he will smite. And that works as well. And it does D3 mortal wounds. That's 2 mortal wounds on your apothecary. Then the Malignant Plaguecaster doing Putrescent Vitality on this squad here. They can charge. That squad can't because it fell out of combat. So let's do Putrescent Vitality on them and get them up to Strength 5, Toughness 5. And that passes. And because it's a cast of 7 or more with Pestilential Fallout, the nearest enemy model within 7 inches, which is that apothecary, takes a mortal wound. And then he will smite. And that passes, and it does D3 mortal wounds +1. So that does 2 mortal wounds on him. And then the closest unit within 7 inches, after the power of the thingy-bob is resolved, takes a mortal wound. So now we need to measure up to see whether that captain is within 7. If he is, Pestilential Fallout will hit him as well. And the captain is just outside, so he doesn't take a wound. Now, he's your warlord, right?
Yes.
I've still got the Demon Prince to do. Now, I could smite you, but I want to do something much, much more evil. Instead, I'm going to do Gift of Contagion, Warp Charge 7. And that's a perils. Okay, let's re-roll 1 with a command point. And that is no longer a perils, and that's a 7, and Gift of Contagion comes off. What happens is I'll roll a D3, and that's a 3, which is muscular atrophy. He has 1 less strength. That's the end of the psychic phase. A weakened warlord, -1 to hit Typhus, +1 strength and toughness to the Poxwalkers. Now let's shoot some guns. Closest enemy unit to this drone is your warlord. Let's put some rounds into him. This is an assault weapon, the heavy blight launcher, 4s to hit, re-rolling 1s because the demon's right close by. 2 hits, strength 6, 1 wound at -2, but you have your iron halo or also your armor indomitors, which you pass. Now this fletted bloke drone can reach out and touch that captain. Number of auto hits is 9. Strength 6 and 3s to wound, re-rolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. Okay, that didn't help. But that is 5 wounds at -1, so 5 3-up saves, because the armor indomitus gives you a 2-up. He takes 2 wounds.
Got the 6-up.
Oh yeah, 6-up Iron Resolve. No, that didn't help. Next up, Typhus will unleash the Destroyer Hive. 6-inch range, you're 5.5 away. So let's do this. It's 2d6 shots. That's 7 shots. Now the Destroyer Hive, this swarm of bugs and pestilence that comes raining out of his pipes there, always hits on a 5. Even on Overwatch, just hits on a 5. And I reroll 1s because I'm stood next to Demon Prince. Only 1 hit. It's strength 4, but it's -3 AP. So it does wound, but you have your 4-up invulnerable save, Iron Halo. Ooh, he's down to 1 more. He's down another wound, 3 wound remaining, and more importantly, he's got a touch of Nurgle's Rot. Oh, you get your 6-up, ignore, damage, Iron Resolve, and you need to ignore this because once you have some Nurgle's Rot in your lungs, it doesn't really clear, and he manages to hold firm. Yeah, that's a kind of disease that normal medication can't get rid of. Now, the last thing left to fire in this circle of death is that bloke drone at that lieutenant. Number of shots, 9. 9 auto hit, strength 6. I'm rerolling 1, so there's a couple of 2s. That many wounds, that's 7 wounds at -1 AP on your lieutenant who only has 3 wounds left. So 7 4-up saves. Can he stand firm? No, the lieutenant falls, leaving 2 captains who are... Oh, you're thinking about command pointing it? Yeah. You've got 3 command points left.
Yeah, I think I might.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's the worst can happen?
Why not? No.
No, he's dead.
Falls 1 becomes 1.
Lieutenant falls, and leaving 2 captains left to take this combined charge. I don't think it's going to go well for them. Meanwhile, in this corner of the battle grid, I don't think it's going to go well for this tactical squad as well. Let's fire this bloke drone at them. Number of auto hits is 9. This one's on 1 wound, so he's a strength 4 right now. So 4's to hit. Reroll, 4's to wound, rerolling 1s. I get 4 wounds at -1 on that tac squad. And 2 of them die, leaving 2 left. And now let's unload over here with the Plague Marines. 2 Blight launchers. And 2 hits. Strength 6. Rerolling 1s, it's a Plague weapon. 2 wounds at -2. 2 5-up saves. There's 1 left. So let's do some rapid fire bolt death. This is 14 shots hitting on 3s. 9 hits. Wounding on 4s, however. 1, 2, 3. Just 3 wounds to save on that brave noble sergeant. 3 3-up saves. And he lives. That's the end of my shooting phase. So let's do some charges. We'll do Overwatch off camera in a second, but let's see if these Plague Marines can get in. Maybe? I'm 9 inches away, so I'm going to re-roll that 1. I need a 3. And we are in. Then over here to Typhus, charging in with Typhus against both of these targets. Typhus is in. You get to Overwatch. Typhus took a wound to Overwatch as he made his way in there, so he's down to 4 left. This demon managed to get into with these 2 captains as well. And over here, the Plague Marines are in, as we saw, but 1 died to Overwatch on the way in. Right, so let's resolve this fight first. Right, we'll go across here. The Demon Prince will strike your Warlord. You've activated the Armor Indomitus, which means it lasts for 1 phase. And his 4-up save becomes a 3-up invulnerable save. Now, I have a pair of Malefic Talons. So I'm hitting on 2s, and I'm re-rolling 1s. Don't get any 1s, but I do get 2 6s with Death to the False Emperor. Those are 2 more attacks, which hit on 2s. That's 9 attacks out of 7. Do you like that?
Ouchie.
Ouchie. And he's strength higher than 4, so I wound on 3s. And that's quite a lot of wounds. That's 8. 8 saves to make it -2, 2 damage. So basically, if you failed 2 3-up invulnerable saves, your Warlord will fall. And that's 2 fall. You've got 2 command points left. You could re-roll 1 of them if you wanted to, because that's 4 damage right there, because it does 2 each. Or,
I think I will.
Yeah. No, and that is slay the Warlord. Oh no, yeah, 4 6-up, 4 6-up Iron Resolves, yeah. And he's alive. He's alive on 1 wound left. He will not fall. That is not Slay the Warlord. So Typhus is going to have to do it, and I forgot to charge him with my zombies. Never mind, Typhus can do this on his own. He's got 4 attacks. I'm going to put 2 on each. So let's do 2 on this guy who's not your Warlord first. Typhus will hit on 2s. And he rerolls 1s because he's still right next to a Demon Prince. And he hits, both hits. Right, Mastercrafted Man Reaper. It's strength +3, so currently he's wounding on 3s. He both wounds. It's -3 AP and a flat 3 damage. So 2 4-up and vulnerable saves, or he's dead, because this will do 6 damage. So that captain's on 1 wound. They're both on 1 wound each. And now 2 more attacks from Typhus into your Warlord. 2s to hit. They both hit. Strength 7, 3s to wound. 1 wound, 1 minute. Do I want to command point it? I've got 4 left. Because you need a 3-up and vulnerable save to keep him alive, right? Yeah. And you can fall back out of combat using your... I'm going to command point it. Yay! You need 2 3-up invulnerable saves to try and keep your dude alive.
Yes.
He's still alive. Those 2 captains, those 2 noble heroes of legend, hanging on there by the skin of their teeth, facing down a 10,000-year-old monster, which is Typhus. Also a winged demon prince. Now we're over here to this one sergeant caught in a plague marine sandwich. And the plague marines just run down that sergeant there, and that's the end of my turn. We've now got the assault back with these captains. And are you going to put everything at Typhus, or do you want to take out that demon prince?
Warlord is Typhus, isn't it?
Typhus is the warlord. It's -1 to hit him.
Should be alright.
Should be alright?
Should be alright.
Okay. You swing him first.
I'm going to run him first.
Go with the power sword.
Yeah, just in case.
Hit on 3s then. Re-rolling 1s. And there's 2 1s. And 2 hits. So it's strength 4 because he's got power sword. Toughness 5. 1 wound. It's a power sword, so 4-up cataphracti save, which I make. Now we're on to your other guy. He's at -1 strength. So claw or fist with your warlord.
Fisty.
So -1 to hit because of the fist, and another -1 to hit because of miasma of pestilence. So he's now hitting on 4s instead of 2s, and he re-rolls 1s. And then you okay. So all 3 hits. He's clearly angry. Strength 6 now because of the minus. Oh no, he's still strength. Yeah, he's strength 6 because of the power. Yeah, toughness 5. So he's wounding on 3s. 1 wound. 1 4-up and 1 cataphracti save, which I make. Typhus takes it all. He's a dude. That's the end of Death Guard turn 4. I get a point for securing this objective here, so I'm still 1 point behind. It's 5 points to the Space Marines, 4 points to the Death Guard, but I get 2 points at the end of Death Guard, a turn for defending this objective for that long. So have the end of all things managed to swung it back round? We shall see as we head into Space Marines, turn 4. Here are the Space Marine orders. Honour your chapter. Basically use one of their characters to get a wound off one of my characters and you get a point. And then they really want objective 1, secure 1, defend 1. Here we are after the movement phase for the Sons of Hades. Now the unit of tactical marines that were on there have heeded the order to secure and defend objective 1, and they've gone charging into objective 1 there. Now that's going to be a point. That's an easy point. Defending it might be a bit tougher though. Just as I'm defending this objective here, I need to stay alive until the end of the enemy turn to defend it, and I think the Storm Raven is going to have something to say about that. So a potential shift in opportunities here. Meanwhile, in the centre of the table, both of the captains have bravely run away, like Sir Robin, have backed up from Typhus, Lord of the Destroyer Hive. But one of the reasons for doing that is we've measured up, and that Trilas Predator, well, Typhus is the closest model to him. He's not the closest to the Devastator squads up there, the bloke drone is, but he's definitely the closest model to that Trialized Predator. That's 4 las cannons aimed at my warlord. This could be brutal. Let's go on to the shooting phase. Let's start with the main course. Trilas Predator at Typhus, forced to hit because of miasma of pestilence. And that's 2 hits. Strength high, toughness 5, winning on 3s. 2 wounds. Now I have 2 or 4 up invulnerable saves to make, or my warlord could be in trouble. And I failed them both. I'm definitely going to have to command point one of them, because that's 2d6 damage. Whew, pass 1. Cost me a command point. I think I've got 2 left. So d6 damage. Typhus has got 4 wounds left. Good luck, sir. 6. The big 6. Now the important thing is I've already spent a command point in the shooting phase, so I can't re-roll any of these disgustingly resilience. 4 to get through. 5 up disgustingly resilient saves. Typhus falls. The twin captains stood in front of Typhus there. Confirmed the kill. Kill confirmed goes through the Vox. The Space Marines cheer. And now the Storm Raven pilot needs to take down this drone to stop him defending this objective. So I think you said you put the assault cannon and the missiles into the Plague Marines.
Yep.
Melters into the drone. Sure, just the melters into the drone?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Okay, 3's to hit. 1 hit. 3's to wound. Wounds, 5 up and done. Which I fail. And 2d6 damage at this range. 6 damage. 6 disgustingly resilient on 1 wound left. I can do it. How hard can it be? Dead drone. It blows up on a 4. And it blows up and does a mortal wound to my Plague Marine unit right in front of it, who have a 5 up disgustingly resilient. No, one of them gets wiped. I think it's going to hit your...
I think it hit my Razorback.
Yeah, I think it's going to hit your Razorback as well. And when the pus clears, it looks like this. Nurgle's number left in that squad. 7 left in that squad, as you're about to fill them with lead. So 12 cannon, fire, shots, hitting on 3s. And this is strength 6 versus toughness 5. You're wounding on 3s. And it's -1 AP. And 5 wound. Can I touch your dice?
Yeah, cool.
Actually, I've got 5 in my hand. 4 up saves. And disgustingly resilient. 3 more die. There's no longer Nurgle's number in that squad. Then missiles. Fire from the sky. 3's to hit. And 3's to wound. -3 AP. I need a 6. And then does 3 damage. And I don't make my disgustingly resilience. Leaving 3 Plague Marines left. I've lost 4 this turn, so morale is definitely going to be a thing. Right, what are we firing at next, sir?
Devastators, they're going to go over at the Plague Marines.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just rude. 2 D3 shots. That's okay, that's 3 shots hitting on 3s. And rerolling 1s because you backed up with you didn't need to. 3's to wound. 2 wounds, 2 6-up saves, and I make 1, and then 1 disgustingly resilient. And I make that. The plasma does not melt my putrescent hide. Then the Stormbolter on the Razorback shot at the Plague Marines, killing 1 more. And now we have Twin Lads going at this fetid bloat drone. 3's to hit. And 3's to wound.
Oh.
Doesn't wound, just bounces wide. Then we had some small arms from Stormbolter and basically fired in at the Poxwalkers in the middle, killing 1 in the smaller unit. They're down to toughness 3 now. Typhus has gone. And that's the end of your turn. There's no charges coming in. And we're on to the morale phase, and I lost 6 in this squad. So basically if I roll anything higher than a 2, I'm going to start losing models as they run away. I'm definitely not defending objective 5, but I could spend my last 2 command points to stop these guys running away. I think I need to do that, because yes, I'm not going to get this objective, but I think you're going to get that one. And they're a troops unit. So I need to move some units around and put shots into them to stop you defending that one. Otherwise, you're going to get 2 points, because otherwise you're going to run away with this. You've got a point for securing objective 1, which makes it 6 points to 4. And slay the warlord, 7 points to 4. So yes, I'll spend my last 2 command points to keep these 2 Plague Marines alive, giving them insane bravery. Edit, we just worked out, I also got my point for disgusting devotions, for making lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of disgustingly resilient saves. So it's 7 points to 5. Here are my orders in turn 5. Defend 5, defend 3, and death begets life. Keep a tally of every enemy model I kill, and if I kill 7, I get a point. So the Space Marines are 2 points in the lead. Here we are after the movement for the end of all things. Now I'm defending 5. The Space Marines are defending 1. That's a 2-point swing right there. But I think I should be able to bring enough gun to bear against that Space Marine unit to take them out, I think. And if not, I've got some counter charge options there. And I know I said I wouldn't put these guys up here, but if the Storm Raven has to divert some firepower to take them down, and remember they're getting +1 cover because they are in a terrain feature there. If they have to divert some firepower onto 2 remaining Plague Marines, I'm kind of happy with that. But as it stands, I control the centre of the battle grid, and there are 2 captains on 1 wound each left, about to get a psychic shockwave. So let's start off with the Malignant Plaguecaster. He is within 7 inches of that closest model, and if I roll a 7 with Pestilential Fallout, I'll kill him. So first up, Miasma of Pestilence on this one. The -1 to hit one, I think that's what it's called. It might be, yeah, it is. I need a 6. That's a 7. That passes, and with Pestilential Fallout, it will do a mortal wound on your captain, your warlord, who has 1 wound left, and he has a 6 up. Iron Resolve save. No, and this time I slay the warlord. So that's a point. It's now 6 points to 7 with slay the warlord. I need to kill 6 more models for Disgusting Devotions. So next up, we will smite you. And that's a fail, and I have no command points left. So this one will smite, and I think he's in closest range to that. So let's smite. I don't know why I'm rolling so many dice. I've got a whole pile. Let's do it again. Tension mounts. That passes, and yeah, it'll do D6 damage to him, killing him, but also D3 damage to myself because it's of a Perils of the Warp. So I do 1 damage to myself, which I can save on a 5 up, which I don't save. Dead Captain, Demon Prince down to 5 wounds. 2 models down. Death Begets Life is the one that I need. Kill 7 models. There's 2 Devastators up there. Let's bathe them in filth from these Plague Spitters. Number of auto hits, 6. I am strength 6. Rerolling 1s. So that is 5 wounds at -1, but +1 because you are in a terrain piece and you make them all. You need to kill 5 things. So over here, bolt guns, 3s and 4s. That is not a wound. So the Blight Launcher misses. Oh no. So the Plague Spitters from this drone, come on. Number of auto hits, only 5 auto hits. Strength 6. Rerolling the 1s. I do 3 wounds at -1, so 3 4-up saves on your Brave Marines. Only 1 falls, 2 are left alive. Not enough gun. So let's fire that bloat drone with the heavy Blight Launcher gun down at these guys as well. He hits on 4s. And I reroll 1s because there's a demon right next to me. So only 2 hits. It's strength 6. -2 AP. Both wound. 2 5-up saves. 2 more die. Leaving 2 left. And that's the end of my shooting phase. So I'm going to have to assault you. Let's assault with my demon first. See how far the charge is, and then we'll do some Overwatch. 10. I think that's going to be enough. And the demon comes charging in, and then the Poxwalkers manage to make it into close combat as well. I rolled an 11, so I've put the Poxwalkers like this, engaging in close combat, and then moving the other ones and putting them wherever I want to. So the Demon Prince isn't the closest enemy unit to that Razorback. The Forces of Chaos telling them to shroud this Demon Prince here. Now, if I kill these 2 models, that'll be a point. Plus, I killed your Warlord, that's a point. It'll draw up this game. So 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s, and I got 2 6s. So with Death to the False Emperor, 2 more hits, 9 hits, and 3s to wound. And I get 6 wounds at -2, so 6 5-up saves to keep those 2 Noble Astartes alive, and they fall. And at the end of the combat, it looks like this. Now I'm going to do some tournament shenanigans here. So in the fight phase, you pick a unit that charged, or a unit that's within an inch of an enemy model. Now these Poxwalkers charged. So I'm selecting them next. They can still pile in 3 inches to the closest enemy unit, which is this way, and consolidate 3 inches towards the closest enemy unit, which is this way. And then it looks like this. It means my Demon Prince isn't the closest unit to this Razorback, and it also means now that this Razorback is engaged in close combat. Tournament shenanigans there. And then the Razorback revved its engines, shunted forward a little bit and didn't damage one of the Poxwalkers. And that's the end of my turn 5. It's 7 points to 7. It's Nurgle's number. Now, I've stopped you defending that objective there. I have started defending this objective here. And the remaining assets you have are the big guns. You've got the Razorback, you've got the Predator, you've got the Storm Raven, and 2 Devastators holding down that objective there. It's as close can be. Let's go on to Space Marines. Turn 5. Here are the orders for the Space Marines. Get behind enemy lines. Psychological warfare, make them fail the morale test, and defend objective 1. Here we are after the movement phase for the Sons of Hades, and it seems that chaos and confusion reigns in their lines because they cannot achieve any of these orders. They cannot secure objective 1. They cannot put enough damage into the Death Guard lines to get psychological warfare. Poxwalkers are mindless. As for behind enemy lines, couldn't get back there either. So it's 7 points to 7. And if the game ends and you do not kill these Plague Marines, I'll get 2 points for defending it, and they're behind enemy lines. That's a 3-point swing. Feeling lucky? Yeah. Maybe. The Razorback has fallen out of close combat. The Ultramarines rule is you can fall back and still shoot. If you're infantry or a dreadnought, it's a Razorback, so it cannot shoot. But hopefully this Storm Raven will be able to put enough rounds into the Poxwalkers to take them out. And if he can't, there are 2 Devastators with plasma cannons over there. Anyway, it's all about killing these Plague Marines. And if you do, and if the game ends, it's a draw. If not, we go on to turn 6, and it's anyone's game, really. I don't know how this is going to end. Let's go into the shooting phase. So, plasma cannons firing at these Plague Marines, 2d3 shots each. Are you overcharging?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. And you get 1 shot each, hitting on 3s.
Oh,
and you roll a 1, and one of them blows up in his face,
bound to happen
and
eventually.
the other one lives. You've got 1 command point left if you want to re-roll that 1, but it is your last command point. Last command point? No, you're taking him away.
Yeah.
So the Storm Raven pouring everything it can into this unit of Plague Marines. Okay, let's pull the trigger. Hitting on 3s with 12 assault cannon shots. That's a pretty healthy spread. That's 11 hits right there. It's strength 6, toughness 5, winning on 3s. And that's a pretty spread of wounds as well. Right, it's -1 because it's an assault cannon, +1 because I'm in this terrain. How many 3-ups can I make? Not as many as you can. And then 5-up disgustingly resilient. Yeah, they're dead before you had to divert any more firepower into them, but at least you sealed the deal. So the Plague Marines fall, and then the Tri-Las Predator puts a couple of rounds into that bloat drone, taking a couple of wounds off of him, and that's it. That's the end of turn 5, and it's a draw. It's 7 points to 7. And the player who went first gets to roll a dice, and that's me. So, oh, you've got that big dice, haven't you? The giant dice of doom. On a 1-2, it's a draw. No, we go on to turn 6. Here are my orders. I ditched defend objective 3 and I've got secure objective 3. I really don't want to climb all the way up there. Defend objective 5 and spread contagion. Nominate one of my characters, and if he's alive at the end of the game, I get a point. 7 points to 7. I need to defend 5 one more time. So the Demon Prince is up here and I've nominated him. If he's alive at the end of the game, I'll get a point. So all he has to do is stay there, and the Poxwalkers charge the Razorback, and they won't kill it, but even if it falls out of combat, it can't shoot him. And as he's a character, he can't be targeted by anything else because there'll be a Poxwalker screen. And I'm conscious of behind enemy lines and line breaker at the end of the game, which is that Storm Raven there. It can easily zip down the table and get into my deployment zone. So I need to bring some guns to bear. And these drones, this one and this one, auto hit with its plague spewers as they spray chemical filth into its engine intakes. So I need to take it out. But before then, let's go into the psychic phase. And this demon is gonna smite that vehicle. That passes. D3 mortal wounds on the vehicle is 3. That Razorback is only down to 3 wounds left. And then my Lord of Contagion is going to smite the Storm Raven. And that fails. But he is going to put the one that is -1 to hit on the Poxwalkers because they're protecting the Demon Prince. And that fails. Psychic phase is a bust. Right, let's go straight onto the shooting phase then. 2d6 auto hits with the Plague Spewers on the Storm Raven. That's 8 auto hits. These are strength 6, your toughness 7. I need 5s and I reroll 1s. That's only 2 wounds at -1. 2 4-up saves. Make 1, fail 1, and then do it with the other one over there. And that's 10 this time. Need 5s though. Rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. That is brutality itself, my friend. That is 7. That's 7 wounds. 7 4-up saves. And you make all of them but 1. Take another wound. Now if I fire the bloat drone up at him, I'll be hitting on 5. So I don't think I'll do that. Instead I'm going to pick on those Devastators over there. Because, or I could pick on this Razorback. It is a Razorback. Has only got 3 wounds left. Let's pick on the Razorback. 4s to hit. Nice. 5 hits. Strength 6, toughness 7, 5s to wound. 1 wound at -2. A 5-up save for the Razorback. Nope. That gets through. This will do D3 damage. It has 3 wounds left. It's got 2 wounds left. And that's the end of the shooting phase. So let's charge in with these Poxwalkers. Then the Poxwalkers don't even manage to scratch the paintwork on the side of that Razorback. And that's the end of my turn. And I get 0 points. I take out 0 targets. But I will get a point if he stays alive at the end of the game. I am line breaking and I am defending objective 5 again. So at the moment it's 7 points to 7. But I could score 4 points in the Space Marines turn. So let's go on to Space Marines turn 6. Here are the orders for the Sons of Hades. Get behind enemy lines. No prisoners, just kill stuff. And defend objective 1. Here we are after the movement phase. And a Storm Raven in VTOL mode moves 20 inches. Now, if you manage to kill this demon, you'll stop me getting 3 points. 1 for staying alive and 2 points for defending that objective. You'll stop me getting 3 points. And you'll get a point for no prisoner. I'll still have behind enemy lines and it'll be 8 points to 8. It's a draw. However, if you kill 3 things, such as this unit of Poxwalkers, and there's a Plasma Devastator up there, and Stormbolter in that pod, and the Trilas Predator maybe picking on one of these bloat drones one more time. If you kill 3 things, you'll get D. 3 points for no prisoners. So it is on a knife edge. It could not be closer. Let's go on to the Sons of Hades shooting phase and see what they can do. Oh, one more thing. The Razorback is not falling back out of combat because if it does, potentially these guys could charge that Storm Raven and start scratching at the paintwork. So what are you shooting at first? The order of operations here will be very important. I can hear you thinking. It's more like a clang. How much firepower on the Demon Prince then?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Okay.
It's pretty tough.
Okay. What are we firing first?
I'll do the melter.
Okay. Burn him with the heat of 1,000 suns, and they both hit. And I wound on 3s. Ooh. They both wound. Now it's -4. So I have my demon save. 2 5-up demon saves. And I make them both.
This is why.
Blessed by chaos. Blessed by Nurgle. 2 missiles. 3s to hit. 1 hit. 3s to wound. Strength 8.
I'm going to spend
your last command point. They both hit. Right, 3s to wound. They both wound -3 AP and 3 damage each. Now, 5-up demon save. Hello, it's Winters, interrupting your batrep viewing pleasure with my face. When I came to edit this video, which is now, I just noticed that I didn't press record on the disgustingly resilient saves for the Demon Prince. Demon Prince died, sad panda. So sorry I didn't press record. Demon Prince is dead. We'll go back to the battle report and pick up just after the Demon Prince's untimely demise. Then the last things to fire, the Predator took a couple more wounds off that drone, the Devastator and the Pod took out a couple of Poxwalkers. So it's 8 points to 7. But I'm currently line breaking with the Poxwalkers and the Razorback, who've continued to not hurt each other in the assault phase down there, just scrabbling around each other. I'm line breaking, you get a point. It's 8 points to 8. The Sons of Hades are pushed right back into their lines. And now it's your turn to roll a dice to see if the game ends. We go on to turn 7. Here are my orders. Spread Contagion is still in my hand, which I can't score. Defend Objective 5 still in my hand, which is pretty impossible as well. Assassinate, kill a character. There's no characters left on the table. Here we are after the Death Guard movement phase, all the action happening up in the Sons of Hades lines. Now, I can't spread Contagion or Assassinate, but I can try and defend this objective one more time with that drone. So the rest of them are moving in for the kill. I am line breaking. So I will, if he stays alive, I'll score 2 points at the end of my turn. And now I need to bring as many guns to bear to try and take this thing out, or at least slow it down. Meanwhile, some shots over there at the Trilands Predator. The Plague Caster advanced forward. He can chuck Miasma of Pestilence on that Death Guard unit up there, the drone. And that's a pass, which is -1 to hit that drone defending that objective. And also with Pestilential Fallout, we'll do a mortal wound to the Storm Raven, dropping it down to 8. And now I'm going to smite the pilot. And that passes, doing another D3 mortal wounds for 2 more mortal wounds. Then the drone fires into the fuel pipe. 7 auto hits, wounding on 5, and re-rolling 1s. 3 wounds, 3 4-up saves.
Oh no.
Takes 3 more wounds. It's only down to 3 left, and now this assault blight launcher, heavy blight launcher, is going to fire up at it. It's going to be 5s to hit though. And I get 4 hits.
Should be 4, shouldn't it?
Sorry, that's 4s to hit because you're in VTOL, so I get 5 hits at strength 5. And I don't get any wounds. The Storm Raven lives. And then that drone fired at the Predator and took 2 wounds off of it. And now we're going to go on to the assault phase. And then the drone charged the Predator and caused no damage. The Predator causing no damage back. These guys still slapping each other up. The Poxwalkers and the Razorback doing no damage to each other. And that's the end of Death Guard turn 7. I'm entirely within the lines of the Sons of Hades, but I get 0 points. So it's still 8 points to the Sons of Hades, 7 points to the Death Guard, but I'm currently line breaking. And now we go on to Sons of Hades, turn 7. Here are the orders for the Space Marines. Get behind enemy lines, death from above, kill something using that Storm Raven, and secure objective 3. And the Storm Raven busts forward 20 to 30 inches, this wounded, but he's managed to get behind enemy lines, which will be a point. That's 9 points to 7, and you're line breaking 10 points to 7. So to win the game, this Storm Raven pilot spooling up his assault cannons and aiming at these Poxwalkers, hitting on 4s now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 4s to hit with 12 shots. Yeah. Strength 6, toughness 3. You're wounding on 2s.
Oh god.
How many did you get?
I get
4?
4.
I have 4 disgustingly resilience to make of 5 up. And I fail every single one, and this is the way the world ends. So as discussed, a point for behind enemy lines, a point for line breaking, a point for killing that thing there, which means you get 11 points. 11 points to 7. I get 3 points for holding on, 2 for holding on to this objective, 1 for getting behind enemy lines, and the Space Marines win by 1 point. Essentially, it looks to me like the Death Guard have pushed and pushed and pushed and got up right up into the refinery, right up into the critical areas up here amongst the generators. But clearly the Storm Raven pilot had a call to get back to base, and he's heading off and bringing reinforcements. So while it looks like the Death Guard won the battle, because it's 10 points to 9, the Space Marines won the war. The Space Marines are getting the hell out of here and bringing in some really big guns, and the End of All Things have lost. 10 to 9 for the Space Marines, or 11 to 10 for the Space Marines. We've checked and double checked. No matter what, they've definitely won this game by 1 point. So, how'd you find it?
I got very lucky at the end, for sure.
Skin of your teeth.
Skin of my teeth.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking if you just killed 2 of them here and there was one left alive, I could leave the one tucked in round there, because you had to go this far to get your model wholly within to line break.
Yeah, I did.
And if I left one tucked in round there, and you even killed him with a predator or something, it wouldn't have counted, and it would have been a draw. A draw in turn 5, a draw in turn 6, and you pull it out by the skin of your teeth in turn 7.
Extremely lucky. I can't believe how resilient they are. They're just
Death Guard.
Yeah, they're just
Hanging in
I
there.
like bullets. I'll eat them.
Anyway, the battle for Voldrum Refinery is a win for the Space Marines. The Death Guard came to this place and have been routed. This battle map brought to you by GameMap.eu. The generators brought to you by GameMap.eu, and this awesome modular terrain brought to you by foregrounduk.co.uk or foreground.co.uk. Anyway, they're very nice people. Thank you for another Liam coming down and playing the game.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome opponent. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Liam is a patron. A patron?
I'm a patient.
He's definitely a patient.
No, a patient.
And that's it. Happy wargaming.